What's going on, everybody? Like, subscribe, hit notifications bell so we notified every time I upload. It's early. Gotta go get my hair cut real quick. Happy 4th of July, everybody. What else? I got to do a drive by. Didn't look at a lot of stuff, but we going right off the top of my head on a lot of these things. So, what a good day it was yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. Missing a couple spots, but hey, the information was great, I would imagine. And let's get right to it. Not gonna look at the weather right now. I'll make sure you look at the weather, okay? We got Cincinnati Reds and Washington Nationals here. We got Kennedy on the mound, Corbin on the mound. We got an over under 9.5 in the spot. We do know that Corbin will give up runs. We do know that. Then we do know sometimes even the garbage can gets a stake because sometimes he'll go out there and pitch good. So we got an over under 9.5. Uh, I think runs will be put up in this one here, to tell you the truth. But I don't know if I really want to take that over. Corbin is just that bad at times where he can, uh, possibly help a team get to that over. But I'm just looking at some bats here. So, guys that you could probably look at and probably look for, see if they're in the lineup. Let me see if we can get a lineup page here real quick, just in case some of these guys are in the lineup. Because, waiting for people to be in the lineup, that's major key. That's all I'm waiting on to see who's going to be in these lineups. So we don't have any confirmed lineups right now. Nothing confirmed. But Matt McClain, if this lineup came out today, Matt McClain would be one of the guys that I really, really like here. Let's see what we got. Do I have him in my player pool? Yes, I do. 953 OPS versus lefties. Corbin, he's pitching his worst towards right-hand batters. 791 OPS. So I'm gonna like Matt McClain there. Um, 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 uh, probably won't like Jake Fraley. Fraley probably won't be in the lineup. Fraley, I like to target him versus righties. He will strike the fuck out versus lefties. He's a strikeout candidate on DraftKings if you have that prop. On the other side, Matt McClain hits, runs, and RBIs, whatever the case may be. Let's take a look and see what is his runs and RBIs is looking at while we're here. Batter props. You'll go to batter props, go over to hits, runs, and RBIs, and let's see what we're looking at. Matt McClain, a parlay piece right now. I would throw that in there at a minus 165. I like that. I like Candelario. He got that for me yesterday, and he hit a bomb. So I can't talk you off Candelario. This other pitcher, I don't know, man. I don't know who this other pitcher guy is, man. I have to go find out some news on him. And of course, Lane Thomas, he's always in play for me. Okay. Those are a few bets there. If you catch somebody like Nick Senzel in the lineup, I would have some interest in him with a 982 OPS versus lefties. Um, Spencer Steer, 921 OPS versus lefties. What we got here? Spencer Steer. I like Spencer Steer at a one and a half minus 160. Okay, so those are some bets that I like there, and of course, Candelario and um, Lane Thomas is always in play for me. You can go back to the well on Votto just to see if he's hot from home run land. All right. So at the end of the day, there we have it. Fishy line here, minus 124. Don't have a side in this one here. Baltimore Orioles at New York Yankees here. Um, Schmidt's been pitching a little bit better as of late here, so that's something to look at. I didn't deep dive into the pitching matchup right here, but like I said, Smith has been pitching better as of late. 8 games. He's only given up more than 2 runs. Well, his last 10 games, he's given up more than 2 runs 3 times. That's good. You know what I'm saying? 30% to 3 runs or more. So I couldn't talk you off of that right there. Uh, Baltimore let me down yesterday. That was crazy. Baltimore let me down. A couple bright spots for the bats though. Henderson and Hearn put those guys in the hit parlay. Those guys are in play for me today as well. Gibson, on the other hand, he's been giving it up, man. So the runs have been there for him, 3 runs or more in five of his five of his last 6 games. So the shape and form that he's in right now, I don't really too much like it. So I'm not going to be targeting him for Ks or anything of that nature, outs or nothing like that. You can look at Let me see. I didn't put no bats in here for New York. But I think it was one bat I was taking a hard look at. I might not have added him. Uh, uh, Jake Bowers. One bat I was really taking a look at was Jake Bowers. Outside of the usual suspects, but Bowers has been playing some good ball. 782 OPS versus righty. Um, Cal Gibson gives up his worst to lefties there, so you could look at him. You could look at a Rizzo and whoever else, or whatever other lefty they decide to throw out there. Okay, Jake Bowers is somebody that I'm looking at here. All right. At the end of the day, I'm not betting aside. Probably if I was betting aside, it would probably be um 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 New York Yankees or nothing, but I'm gonna temper my expectation. I'm gonna fall back. All right. Other guys you can look at is Santander, Gunnar Henderson, and Gunnar Henderson's 2 for 4 for him, 801 OPS versus righty. Clark Smith pitches his worst towards lefties here with an 837 OPS towards lefties. And Ryan Hearn, he's 0 for 3, but he has an 822 OPS versus lefties. Those are always some of my favorite bats versus right hand pitching, okay, on this team. All right, so let's keep it moving. St. Louis Cardinals at Miami Marlins. Here we got an over under 8.5 in the spot. Wainwright on the mound, Lazardo on the mound. Right off the back, I give the pitcher lean towards Miami. Lazardo. Wainwright has been trash, super ass. So it is what it is. All right. He's just been giving it up. 6 runs, 7 runs, 3 runs. He's given up 3 runs or more in every game this year. So that's one thing. It's almost automatic that you can spot one of these spot the team 3 runs right there. All right. He's also given up 1,000 OPS, 1,100 OPS towards lefties, and 829 OPS versus righties. So his pitches is worse towards lefties. You can target both lefties and righties versus him. This lineup got some pop in it. You know, Soler. Soler's about due. He might take his ass yard. And then, like I said, I get a pitcher lean towards San Diego. I mean, towards um, 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 Miami with Lazardo on the mound here. Lefty pitcher there. Yusei Kikuchi came in there and got his 6 Ks. Of course, Patrick Corbin, who's going to take him for Ks. Snell, he's a lefty. He went in and got his. Ryan Weather, he's a lefty. He went in and got his. So we're going to shift our attention towards Lazardo, which his line is sitting at 6.5. Um, are they on the road? Oh my God, they're at home. This is where I like to back Lozado at home. I gotta lean. I'm gonna have to lean towards the over Ks for him. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger yet, but I lean towards the over Ks for Lozardo there. At the end of the day, this is a lefty bat here, and St. Louis have done their damage versus lefties this year. So I can't completely down St. Louis now. What's the total in this game here? Sitting at 8.5. I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. I get a picture lean. If I'm betting aside on this one here, it would probably be, it would probably be Miami. But I haven't pulled the trigger. I haven't pulled the trigger. I have not. All right, I haven't. So like I said, Wainwright's giving up. You could probably look at the team total here. That's probably something that you could look at. Um, let me see what the team total here is, and that'll probably be a stronger lean for me. Therefore, you don't. All you rooting for is a team to put up runs. Miami Marlins total team total sitting at 4.5. 4.5. I don't know. I think that's for what he's been doing. I think it's impossible. I lean towards the over Miami team total there, right there. All right. If I just had to pick a side, it would be Miami for right now, but I get the picture lean towards Miami, and it is what it is. But all the bats are in play. Jesus Sanchez, Luis Reyes, 866 OPS versus righties. He's batting almost 400. You guys know that already. Just all the bats, man. Cooper, all the guys. All right, for Miami. All right. Kansas City Royals at Minnesota Twins. Here we got an over under 9 in the spot. We got Greinke on the road versus Kenta Maeda. Kenta Maeda, his pitch count hasn't been up there, so I don't know what to expect there. We got over under 9, like I said. I want to lean towards Miami, Minnesota in this one, but I'm not. I'll lean towards Minnesota bats. Granke, he gives it up to left-hand batters, especially on the road. Okay, so those are his splits here. So we're looking at these left-hand batters here. The lefties I got in my lineup right now is going to in my player pool, not my lineup. We're going to look at Max Kepler, 4 for 15 versus him. I mean, his proof is in the put. This is my least favorite lefty on this team, but it is what it is. He does have numbers versus him. He's 4 for 15, 4 singles. That is. Edward Julian, almost 800 OPS. Zach Greinke's giving up an 877 OPS to lefties there. He might be leading off. Alex Kurloff, 800 OPS towards righties there. And Joey Gallo, big time home run candidate here. He's only 1 for 21 versus him, but if he gets a hold to the right one, it's going to be gone. We know what Joey Gallo can do. He's a striking out as mother MFer. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So that's what I'm looking at right there. I'm looking at these lefty bats. Pick your poison on these lefty bats here. It is what it is there. Didn't look at the Kansas City Royals bats. I did not. Kansas City Royals will strike out. And don't get it twisted because this Minnesota team will strike the fuck out. Okay. But like I said, Minnesota, Kenta Maeda, his pitch count is not up right now. Let's see what he's been looking at. He pitched 82, 83, 72. The pitches ain't been up. His pitches hasn't been up, okay? Haven't. His K rate, I don't know what his K rate is. I could take a quick glance at his K rate for you guys. Um, this would be his sixth game or something like that. But Kenta Maeda, K percentage sitting at 23, 22 to lefties, 23 to righties. Barrel percentage, yeah, looks like you could target right hand batters versus him. So wouldn't be surprised if somebody like Salvi Perez might take his ass deep or something or hit him hard. But Bobby Witt, guys like that. But, I'm not picking a side here. New York Mets at Arizona Diamondbacks. We got an over under 9 in this spot. Kodai Senga on the mound. Zach Davies on the mound here. All right. So, like I said, we got an over under 9 here. Arizona has been hitting righties really, really, really well. Um, on the season, last 30 days. I looked at the last 2 weeks. There's a minimal drop off the last 2 weeks, Arizona versus right hand pitching, but I don't know how concerning that is. Okay. However, on the flip side, you got Kodai Senga. All right. Kodai Senga, um, let me see, where's Kodai Senga? Kodai Senga, we know he has a walk problem, but he's got great, immense K stuff. You know what I'm saying? So here's the walks for him. He's got a really, really good bad work per walk problem here. Arizona 10th in drawing walks. I checked the numbers on Arizona. Even all the way down to the last 2 weeks, they still are drawing walks. That's a problem when you're putting people on base. A bloop, a blast, boom, that's runs. That's one thing. But like I say, Kenta Maeda, taking a look at some of his his numbers here. K percentage, 28% overall, 30 to lefties, 26 to righties. That's really, really, really good. All right. As long as he keeps off of the walks, then, that's pretty, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He's probably pitching his worst right now to a left hand, to righties. But, barrel percentage is pretty down, 6.3 overall. I like that. Not giving up too many bombs there. And then you got um, um, Zach Davies on the mound, who I'm really, really not a big fan of. Low ass K percentage, 16.9. Just K percentage down, but he doesn't give up many barrels either. So that's interesting. Interesting. I wanted to still lean towards the over here. Some bats I was looking at here. I'll tell you the bats that I'm looking at here. I haven't decided. As you guys can see, I don't bet a lot of games. But you can look at Ketel Marte, 822 OPS versus righties. Corbin Carroll. One thing about Corbin Carroll, I like to target Corbin Carroll versus right hand pitching on the road. His numbers are phenomenal, but I can't talk you off of it, man. If you want to put those guys in the hit parlays, excuse me, something like that, But some Mets bats I'm looking at is probably two bats that I did look at. Brandon Nemo, probably three. Zach Davies pitches his worst, 793 OPS towards lefties, and then you got Brandon Nemo, who's 3 for 6 with a 3 for 6 with two doubles and a single. He has 800 OPS versus lefties here. Tommy Pham, whose backs came alive here, he's been playing some phenomenal baseball as of late. Um, 825 OPS versus righties. Brandon Nemo, and then I had one more bat in here that you could probably take a look at. And yeah, I probably didn't add them to my player pool. So those are a few bats. Like I said, keep an eye out for this Arizona team. They do hit righties well. All right. Chicago Cubs at Milwaukee Brewers here. I don't have nothing for this game, tell you the truth. You can probably take a look at Yelich, hits, runs, and RBIs. I don't know. I probably would. I'm gonna just stay off of it. One thing I did kind of consider was the outs for was the outs for Hendricks here. 17 and a half outs is not out of the realm of possibilities here. He's 4-7 to this number. So he's hit this number his last two games. 17 and a half outs for a minus 120. All that means is he has to go pitch 6 innings, get in and get out. I got to lean towards the over. All right. Colorado Rockies at Houston Astros here. We got an over under 9.5. And Rockies, some of the Rockies bats have been disappointing me. B-Lock is not good. Okay, so I wanted to say I lean over here. I want to see what the lineups come out at. B-Lock has been giving it up. All right, B-Lock has been giving it up. All right, so when you look at the earned runs, I mean 4, 5, 3, 4. All right, it's earned runs sitting at 2.5 there. The walks have been a problem for him. Outs. He only went over 6 innings, outs 3 times there. Hits allowed 5, 9, 10. Whatever the case may be. The K's, I don't look to him for K's, but what Colorado team will we see? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing there. On the flip side, you got Kyle Freeland, a lefty, and these Houston team, they striking out the least on the season. They number 30 of striking out versus lefties. Um, they 12th in WRC plus, and they've been hitting lefties as well as of late. So I'm looking at bats here. All right. So right off the back here, let's just start in general. Belak is giving up a 900 OPS versus lefties, 800 OPS versus righties. All right, so automatically Ryan McMahon. I'm sorry, he stands out to me at a 846 OPS. If you catch Nolan Jones in the lineup, that's cool. And then on the other side, I'm looking at Kyle Tucker. This will be probably his third game in a row. Lefty versus lefty. He got that for me the last two games. I'm going right back. His runs and RBIs. Give me Kyle Tucker there. This Houston Astros team's got some guys on the back end of that lineup that hit lefties well and have been hitting lefties well. Okay, so everybody's in play for me, if you ask me. Dubon, Tucker, you know what I'm saying? Those are just a few that I put in my player pool. Tucker's probably my number one bet. I want to see if he's going to stay hot here. It's going to be Astros or nothing for me in this spot. Okay, I need to keep it. I need to move it. I don't have nothing for this Philadelphia Phillies in Tampa Bay Rays game, so I'm gonna skip over that. A good pitching matchup. It has an under feel to it. We'll see. Maybe under first five. We'll see. Eflin, Eflin, you know what though? Eflin, I think, don't quote me on this, but do your research. Maybe the lefties, maybe you could target lefties versus Eflin. I'll see. Um, Seattle Mariners at San Francisco Giants. I'm really, really looking at the Seattle Mariners here on the road here. I just don't like San Francisco versus left hand pitching. Oakland Athletics at Detroit here, not the not the game that I'm really really like, but we got Scuba on the way back. I like Scuba, so if I'm betting on this right now, it's going to be Detroit Tigers or nothing for me. I did have a bet in my player pool that I was that I was looking at. Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers will. I ain't even gonna. I ain't gonna recommend him. All right. But either way it goes, Oakland at this is over under 8. There's instance where you might can get an under here. Sears, I don't know. JP Sears, I don't know. I don't know. He's been all right as of late. Otani and Musgrove on the mound. We got Los Angeles Angels and San Diego Padres over under 7.5 here, and this is another game that has an under feel to it, but it could be tricky. This game might just go over. You never know. I was looking at the strikeouts for Musgrove and Otani. I mean, Otani has been on one. His last two games look like he's back. His last two games, the K's has been there since the White Sox and Dodgers, 10 Ks, 12 Ks. So I like to back Otani at home when I do. What's his outline at? Outlasting at 17 and a half. That's interesting. 6 innings. That's interesting too. So, that's interesting. On the flip side, you got Joe Musgrove. His outs are sitting at 18 and a half right now. I have to go check on FanDuel, on DraftKings. I think it might be 17 and a half on DraftKings. I have interest in the 5.5 strikeouts for Musgrove as well. We'll see. I have interest in it. Couldn't talk you off of it. If you just had to get to some bats here, couldn't talk you off somebody like Soto. He got there hits, runs, and RBIs for me yesterday, which was two runs. Shout out to him. Got there for me. It is what it is. Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Guardians. At the end of the day, we got Allard on the mound, Bieber on the mound. I don't like how Bieber's been this year. I'm gonna just keep it flat with you guys. Uh, it's still gonna be Atlanta Braves or nothing for me. Wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland got him here, but it's still gonna be Atlanta Braves or nothing for me. I'm not betting the game either way it go. But I'm looking at the righties. You know what righties I like? Uh, Olsen and Acuna. All right. Um, Toronto Blue Jays at Chicago White Sox. We got an over under 9 here. We got Bassett on the mound. We got Giolito on the mound here. I want to lean towards the White Sox. They have showing ability to hit righties well. Keep an eye out on the lineup, this White Sox lineup here, because um Bassett. All right, Bassett's got splits here. He's on the road. He gives it up on the road versus lefties. Okay, he gives it up versus lefties, but he gives it up on the road as well. Away, home, away versus lefties. Almost a 2 whip there. FIP 8.68 expected FIP 5.28. I mean, you get the drift there. Um, K percentage down. Even to righties, K percentage down. Okay, so the dogs might be barking here. Um, and then you got Giolito on the other side on the other side here. Giolito, he's been you know what I'm saying? Sox at home, dogs might be barking here. Um, I don't give away too many sides, man. I don't. But, it might be the White Sox or nothing for me in this spot if I was to bet. You know what I'm saying? If I was to bet. Keep an eye out on the White Sox lineup. See what the lefties they throw in there. I know they got the kid over there, Ben and Teddy. If he's in the lineup, he'll be in play for me. Switches like check the switches. Maybe Grandal or somebody might be in the lineup. Those guys, can switch it up or whatever the case may be. And then last but not least, we got the over under 9.5 Pittsburgh Pirates. Los Angeles Dodgers. I get the pitching lean towards the Dodgers with Sahin on the mound. Ortiz giving up 1,000 OPS towards lefties. One of my favorite bats of the day is going to be Freddie Freeman. Let's get it. All right. If you got Hayward in the lineup, I'm going to have some interest in him too. And I got some interest in all these bats here. I think this is Muncy. I'm gonna have some interest in him too. All these lefty bats gonna get a bump here. All right. And then you just got some bats that can just hit in general. I ain't gonna say give me them Los Angeles Dodgers, but I'm gonna be hitting them hits, runs, and RBIs for some of those guys, especially Freddie Freeman. With that being said, guys, it looks like it's a wrap. Peace out. Peace.